You and I, baby, we go side by side.
We do.
Me and you, Sean, tell me what we're going to do right after this episode of Is It?
Went a bit deep.
You did. It went a bit deep. not normally like you.
Really like me. Very shallow.
Very shallow, yeah.
Very shallow now.
Chromeo, that one.
Oh, I love a bit. You got me into Chromeo.
I did, yeah.
Still listen to Chromeo a lot.
Pete, what's his name with the talk box? Yeah, proper old talk box.
Love it. Love a bit of Chromeo.
Which, incidentally, I found my old talk box at home recently doing, well, I just say tidying my studio, finally getting round to, since moving 18 months ago, finally getting round to clearing out all the boxes of various bits of old cable and four gangs and, you know, all that crap that you have
Had it
hanging
grown
around.
Some interesting fungus?
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
No one wants to find an old talk box.
Old talk box tube,
It's
yeah.
like finding someone's old toothbrush.
Oh my God, it was disgusting. But you remember the other thing is the tubes are so thick. You know, because you're supposed to be able to get it in inside
like that,
your
isn't
cheek,
it?
yeah, and be able to talk. You know, even with cheeks like mine, it was almost impossible.
I wonder if it's not designed to go in your mouth.
Well, I'm a talented man, but I can't talk with my bottom.
Yeah, you do quite a lot.
You know, I realised this is
The second you said it, I'm like, here it comes.
Here it comes.
He's falling for it.
You line it up, Peters.
Spend your whole life talking out your arse. It's just a one slight step further to sing out of it.
Yeah.
Can't sound any worse than you singing out your mouth.
No. They were, however, Chromeo, I've
Yeah.
got to say, I like their older stuff, which was quite raw, because they do it all on analogue kit, don't they?
Yeah.
But they got a bit sheened and a bit romantic.
Oh, we don't want that.
No, for me. But touring at the moment, I nearly went to see them, but then didn't. Because
Then didn't.
But then didn't.
Because I thought about it, I thought, I've
Nah.
got a sofa.
Just like when we were talking about Oasis, did you? Wasn't it?
We did just have the Oasis conversation.
Are you going to go? Well, I'd love to, but nah. You know, there'd be loads of people there. It'd be £10 a pint. You'd have to watch a load of shit bands before they come on.
I was just going to show you a photo, actually, when we were having that conversation. I forgot. My middle son, Luke, who's, 25 now, he's just got a new flat, and he sent me the view from his new balcony on his flat. He is in Wembley Stadium.
Is he?
He's literally, the view from his balcony. I'm like, are you in the stadium? He went, yeah, the building joins on.
No way.
He's like,
So we're just going to sit on his balcony.
we're just going to sit on his balcony with a few
Sounds
beers.
good to me, yeah.
We're
Sounds
coming,
good
Luke.
to me.
Warning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Good stuff. Okay, so we find ourselves back in the studio,
In the sweaty cube.
in the sweaty cube, on a beautiful sunny day. In the
People don't realise the sacrifices. This is a beautifully crafted, designed studio which is perfectly soundproof, acoustically amazing. However, when the aircon's off, which it has to be in order to record in here, oh my God,
It gets warm pretty quick.
it gets warm.
Yeah. But
And it's
we
always-
did do a sound check. We did do a test with the aircon on. We almost went for it, didn't we? But,
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, we decided for the benefit of the viewing several that we.
Someone would moan about it.
Yeah. Well, somebody moaned recently about a high-pitched something in one of the videos. Did you see that?
They did.
Yeah.
And there isn't anything there.
Yeah, and I could be fucked to go and have a look anyway.
I think they have tinnitus.
Yeah. What?
Or someone behind them making a high-pitched noise.
Well, somebody else agreed with them, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway.
Interesting.
By the by, so what are we looking at today, Dr. V?
Well, today, Dan, it's a really quite interesting one. So, the Safari pedals, guys,
Oh, that's who it is.
yeah, they have a new range of plugins. They are branching off from Safari pedals and now do these plugins called tuned plugins.
Okay.
Slightly different thing, different interfaces. And their first release,
Yeah.
which 3rd of September apparently it is come out, is the Vocal Essentials bundle, which is 3 plugins. There's Vocal Tune,
Yep.
Vocal Chain,
Yep.
and is that what they're called? No, I'm getting it all wrong. No, that's right. Vocal Chain, Vocal Tune,
Yep.
and Tuned Reverb.
Okay.
So you get the 3 of them in
Yeah.
a pack.
Ah.
And that is what we have been testing.
So essentially,
Yes.
I can see what they're doing, obviously. They're saying, so here are 3 plugins that you're going to need if you are working?
Yes.
If you are recording, if you're mixing vocals.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah.
So let's start with Vocal Chain,
Yeah.
which is basically, it's a channel designed for vocals. You can see the interface is completely different to the whole Safari Pedals thing. Much cleaner, more modern. Doesn't look like an old bit of gear. It's a modern design. It's all right, isn't it? It's fine. No issues with it. You can see at the top there, you got your little input and your output, and then this left-hand section is basically your EQ, where you've got a low cut at the top. Obviously, a low cut for vocals, quite useful. Body, which is a bit of a generic term. We keep having these terms, don't we?
Phonetic sort of
adding
sound,
some thickness down the bottom. Air, going to be adding some sparkle or sheen, or air, whatever you want to call it. You've then got a width control, which I guess if you were putting this over a bus of which you were sending a bunch of BVs to, that could be quite useful. On the right hand side, you have a saturation control, and then you have a compression control. It's just more or less. There's nothing else to it, and you have a little graph showing you your compression. And then right at the bottom there, you have a blend control, so you can mix between wet and dry. And then there's a little oversampling button down the bottom there.
Wicked.
Yeah, pretty basic.
So but that's what they kind of do, don't they? Because all of the Safari Pedals stuff was really sounded great, but it was simple to operate.
Yeah, it was all, as fewer controls as
I can see what
possible.
they've done there.
Yeah.
If you're not a newcomer, but if you're producing stuff pretty quick, you can throw this stuff on your bus or on your input, and get a sound pretty quickly, a decent sound pretty quickly, with very obvious controls.
Yes.
Okay,
so that's the Vocal Chain. Let's have a look at the next one, which is the Vocal Tune. Now, without wanting to cause any copyright issues, this is kind of auto-tune. That's basically what it is. And much like auto-tune, you've got you can set your reference there, which is quite handy. Choose your key, your scale, and then you've got between modern and I can't remember what the other selection is, but it basically, the two different sounds are the modern vocal sound gives you like a formant control, and it that very sort of auto-tuney modern pop, very thing. And then you've got the controls formant again, which is really useful. You don't often get that with a tuning plugin. You do sometimes. It reminded me a little bit of the little Autoboy plugin.
Yeah,
very similar. You can do some really cool stuff with a formant. The tune speed, obviously, the faster it snaps between notes, the more it sounds like T-Pain or whatever you want it to sound like. The vibrato one's quite interesting. It's quite a subtle effect, but it does add some nice richness to the vocal. You can see on this thing here how much it's being dragged, how quickly it's being dragged into line. Your input there, and then you've got a reverb, which is it's all right. It's not great, it's not terrible.
So I'm interested in this because obviously Logic has an auto-tune plugin.
It does,
which is fucking terrible. And I choose my words carefully.
I know people that use it and like it. Yeah, see, I use auto-tune, and I also use the Logic one, but I generally use when you go into Logic and you can actually move the notes around. I use that.
Do you?
And then sometimes if you
flexi pitch or whatever
if you then put it through the Logic one after that, it just nudges it all into line. A bit more modern sounding. But horses for courses. I mean,
what's the big tuning one? I've forgotten.
Melodyne. Yeah, that's very good. And this has obviously the option where you can take notes out of the scale, so you can create your own custom scale, which is quite
But it works and it's good.
It works and it's pretty good. And then there's tuned reverb, which is very, very simple. You literally have a time control in the middle, the body and the air, again, basic EQ controls, pre-delay and width, and then you have blend and output. It's very simple. It doesn't do loads of different reverbs. It's a bog standard vocal reverb. That
you're going to get effects from pretty quickly, results from pretty quickly.
It's not, you're not going to be able to fine tune this to within an inch of its life, but it will get you going quite quickly to get an all right sound. Some criticisms. I would say the Vocal Tune plugin is excellent. Really like it. That could be my main vocal tuner. The reverb is okay. It's absolutely fine. The Vocal Chain channel thing, it's not good enough for me. I don't have enough control with it. I found myself needing to reach for another compressor and another EQ to get a vocal sound. It's fine if your vocal sound is really close. But I think if it's, if there's any issues with it whatsoever, you're going to struggle just using this. There's also a little bit of a problem when I click oversampling on, something weird happens to the top end. Something isn't quite right. I don't understand what that is, what that's doing. But yeah, I would say the vocal chain one, not quite there. It could just do with a bit more control.
But that's surely, it's not aimed at you.
No, you could be right. This could be aimed at beginners. I just want to throw three plugins on my vocal to get
so let's find out by looking at the price.
The price. The usual price, Dan.
Yeah.
$159.
Okay.
For all three. Yeah, that ain't bad, is it?
No.
That ain't bad. In the sale right now, I think maybe just because it's just come out, $99. That's pretty good for three plugins.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting. I think
and you get a demo, 14-day demo.
Yeah, standard demo, 14 days. Yeah.
You see, this is often when we're making these kind of shows, this is the kind of market I think a lot of people that watch us are looking at.
Yeah.
We do a lot of these sort of high spec plugins, expensive plugins that people may not buy, but $99 for an easy, you're going to get, I'm assuming, pretty good results with this pretty quickly, or reasonable passable results pretty quickly.
Yeah.
If you're sat in your bedroom producing drum and bass, this is exactly what you need.
I love that reference. You use it a lot.
I do, yeah.
If you're sat in your bedroom making drum and bass,
because every new producer produces drum and bass, don't they?
There is a lot of that.
Yeah. Or the stuff that you get sent to
I just get
the trap and the drill and the
just no end of it. Yeah. I mean, this would work for that, to be honest. This will get you that vocal sound quick.
Yeah.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. I would say the vocal chain needs an update. The other two are great. Overall, yeah.
So, Sean,
yeah.
What's the?
It's called the Tuned Plugins Vocal Essentials Bundle.
So it says Essentials. That's like Sainsbury's Essentials, isn't it? Is it Sainsbury's?
Sainsbury's Basics.
Sainsbury's Basics. Waitrose Essentials.
I don't know.
I'm giving away where. Yeah. Marks and Spencer's Essentials. Marks and Spencer's.
I only shop in Waitrose, so I wouldn't.
Essential avocados.
Essential. No, avocados are essential.
They are in Marks and Spencer's, darling.
Yeah, they probably are. Yeah.
Okay, so is the Essentials bundle shit?
No, I wouldn't say it was. If it was twice the amount, I would have a problem with it. But I think the level at which they're pitching this, it's about right. I would urge them to have a look at Vocal Chain and just sort out what the issue is with the top end with oversampling on. It might be unique to me. I don't see how that could be, but possibly.
It is the second plugin that we've reviewed today where that's been an issue.
That's true. But yeah, I could just do it a little bit more control. A little bit. But yeah, no, not shit. I think it's good. I think it's an interesting direction for them. And the other thing is that if you've already got a bunch of Safari pedals plugins, this combined with those, you're going to be well covered.
Yeah, I think it's a good new direction from them because we've always been very keen, but I know they've been criticised. I don't want to, but yeah, they have been criticised for making them like
some people are put
boxes.
Off by the interface. They are. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Please like the video.
That'd be cool if you did. You can also subscribe to the channel and become a channel member. Highest level of channel membership gets 1 free master a month.
Superstar mastering engineer.
There's Instagram, there's Patreon, there's a merch store, there's links to my mixing course down below, all that stuff.
Adios, people.
See you later.